Hello. Hello, everyone who is here joining me. Make sure I got this volume. Yep, I got it. Volume's good. Hello, thank you. I guess it is technically officially Mother's Day, so I will at least start us off with Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. I myself am a mom, and it is important to recognize mothers and all parents, really, both whether it's Mother's Day or Father's Day. So yes, just a little thank you to all the moms out there doing their best job to be a parent and to cultivate and foster the best environment they can offer their children, okay? So I wanted to at least acknowledge that, all right, guys? So thank you for those who are here during the live stream tonight. Thank you, okay? Hi, Ellen. Hi, Angel Harrison. Hi, Jenny T. Yay. Yay. Ellen's like, how was the first one? Awesome. Meldonoma, hello. Hi, Tabitha's Treasures. Hi. Angie White. Hi, D90. Yay. Yes. So guys, yeah, there are a lot of mothers and parents out there, hi, CMI22, hello. So I just want to at least start off with, let's just give a little clap, a round of applause. Let's acknowledge all the mothers out there, but even, all the parents. Sometimes we have a lot of parents out there that are running single family households. And a lot of the times the mom or the dad play both roles, right? As the mom and the father, and vice versa. And so I think it's important that all, that we celebrate all parents, let's just do that, okay? It's a lot to be a parent, I know that. So yes. Yay! And you guys are here with me at this time. To me is still, right, it's Saturday still? Yes, it's Saturday. Let's double check. It was Saturday. Yeah, it's got to be. Okay. Well, I guess it's technically Sunday, but it's still Saturday in my eyes, guys, okay? So thank you guys for choosing to be here with me. Yay. Okay, yeah, we're good. Yes, hi, see my tutu, Tabitha, yes, thank you. Life of MC, hello. Meldonoma. BNO Outdoors, hello. D90, hello. Maddie Beth, Sexy Beth. Joy of Cruelty. Jenny T. Welcome, everyone, and thank you guys for hanging out with me tonight. Yes, it's technically the morning, the late night / early morning, but for me, it's still nighttime, okay? So thank you guys for hanging out with me and choosing to spend your time with me. If you can't hang out the whole time, I am not offended. You can always catch the rest of it on the replay. I'm always so grateful for those who are able to be present for the live streams, but I completely understand for those who can't always make the full stream or at least, the live stream itself. Hi, Sean. Hi. Yay. Taylor, baby daddy. Hi. Where's your wife, Taylor, at? All right. Angie White, yes. Aw. Meldonoma says, yes. Tabitha, say a quick hello. Angie White, Katrina, can I have a reading today? Yesterday, I had a chance. Yes. Uh-huh. Who knows? Hi, Nicolina Renee. Giving birth, Maddie Beth. Angie, are you saying that you did not have a reading yesterday and you want one today? I want to make sure I understand. It says, Angie White says, Katrina, reading today. Yesterday, I didn't have a chance to thank you, so I wasn't sure what that meant. Yes. So you would like a reading today, is that correct? Yeah. That is cool with me. We can go ahead and get a list since we won't probably have, I don't know who will show up in our live stream at this time, but you know, we can go ahead and create the list. I can't imagine for it to get that full, so. Yes, Josh B, we did say we wanted Maddie Beth to make her name, you know, Sexy Beth. Yes. I just find all those emojis so cute. Yes. Isn't it so cute? I don't know. Those things make me like, they make me feel cute when I see them and read them and like notice those little emojis. I don't know why. I guess I have a soft spot for emojis, which I never thought I would, but I guess I do. So, and Life of MC says, I got my real birth sign now. You're a Capricorn. All right, Life of MC, and you appreciate a second reading. Okay, cool. Yay. Hi, AP. Yay. Yep. All right, guys. Yeah, and I did start us off with just acknowledging, I know it is Mother's Day going into Sunday at this time, but even if you are, you know, a father raising a child, I feel that, you know, it's just important to acknowledge all the parents, because sometimes there's a lot of single parents running and raising families and households. And so whether you're the mom or the dad, I just think that I like to acknowledge parents in general. At least that's just my little prerogative. So it takes a lot to, you know, raise children, especially, you know, to cultivate the environment and, yeah, set them up for the best possible future and love them, nurture them, guide them, and be the best you can. So, all right. I am going to run through the topics so we don't dwell on that, okay? And I will get to the readings, okay? So, the topics are, oh, and somebody was acknowledging my red lipstick. I know, I don't usually do the red often because it's a little bold. It's very bold. And I like more the natural looks just for my own like taste. But yeah, I don't know why I was like, I'm gonna do the red lipstick and that will be that. So, aw. All right. Okay. You like it? All right. Okay. So as you can see from the topic on the subject, no, on the title of the video, Life of MC says it's sexy. Thank you. Thank you. I guess we're going to add to the sexiness, you know, or we'll do it in celebration of Mother's Day. All right. Tabitha says she likes red. I like red too, just hints of red, you know. I like to overdo it, but yeah, I do. All right. So today we are going to talk about telepathy, spirit guides, and Pluto talk, okay? And then we'll run into the readings. And I won't go very long and lengthy on those categories, okay? Those are categories that could take a long time, but I know exactly what I'm going to talk about on those categories and keep it really concise and to the point, okay? And D90, thank you for the kisses. Thank you, Sean, for the kisses. Mel Denoma says, red lipstick is hot on ladies, just FYI. Awesome. I don't wear the red lipstick too often, guys. I just don't. But when I do, I do. Hi, Joy of Cruelty. Hugo. Hello, Hugo. Good to see you again. Okay. So, we will not waste too much time. And guys, if you're joining us tonight, please consider giving me the thumbs up, the like this video with the thumbs up. That's all I ever ask in return of all the time and dedication I put into the videos and the content and the readings. If you would do that thing for me, it would mean a lot to me. That's how we, as a small channel, get like in the YouTube algorithm. I would never want you to do something if you didn't feel comfortable doing so. But if you are comfortable doing that, it would really mean a lot to me to give me and support me in the channel and the community here with a thumbs up and like the video. Okay, we've got some people here, so please, please, please consider supporting your girl. Okay. That way we can get in that YouTube algorithm and get, you know, new viewers and new people who want to just join our community and check out the content, okay? So yes, please consider doing that for me as a favor, okay? All right. So here we go. Hold on, hold on. Huh? Yeah, no. Mm-hmm. Making sure, making sure. Okay. Just dun 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 dun. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yes, thank you guys. All right. All right, guys. Uh-oh. Okay. All right. All right, all right, all right. I do have my matching red pumps on though. Not that you guys can see my feet, but just letting y'all know. All right. Yeah, so let's go ahead and create that list. Thank you guys for doing so, okay? Because we're gonna move into the readings quite fast. That I do guarantee that, okay? I do guarantee that. Okay. And yay. Okay. Thanks, guys. Thank you, Tabitha, for always helping out, placing those links there. It means so much to me that you guys all help out and participate in your own little ways. It goes a long distance for all of us, okay? Thank you so much. Thank you, guys. All right. So I got it all here. Hi, Purple Butterfly. Hi, how are you? Make sure I'm not like, there you go. Good morning, everybody. All right. Got it. Sweet Savage. Hello. Can we see elbows? Not really, guys. I don't know. There ain't much with the elbows there, but you know, everybody has their thing. Okay. Sweet Savage, Manny Beth, Butterfly. Hello, hello, hello. I am curious if Maddie Beth is going to ever change her name to Sexy Beth. That is a curiosity I have, but we'll see. Elbows. I don't know. All right. Let's get right into this, okay? We're going to roll right through these topics. Into the readings, okay? So the first topic is going to be telepathy. I'm going to cover this on a very high level viewpoint. I'm not going to go into the weeds of it because of the time. restriction. I can always cover it again later, okay? So when it comes to telepathy, here is what I want to communicate to those who are here tonight, those who are watching the replay. I want to talk a little bit about when you experience telepathy, what does that feel like? What does that look like? What does that experience, encompass? And I have telepathy. I've experienced telepathy so many times. It's not even funny. And I feel like telepathy is when things happen like telepathically, I feel like when you're developing your own spiritual gifts and your own, heightened abilities, I think that's one of the elements that come into play it comes into play where you're exposed to it. Now, if your own persona is not fully receptive to it, then you may not understand it completely if you come into contact with that kind of communication. But at least for me, in my own experience, I remember having telepathic communication, and I was like, God, that's so interesting. Like, I couldn't believe it, because I didn't know that could have existed. This is way before I knew what that even meant, right? When things had happened to me in my own experiences, my own spiritual experiences, my own interpersonal experiences, I didn't really think, because I had so many things happen, like as a young person, there was no language that I had to really identify, associate, and explain, right? As a young person, what was really happening. And so, of course, as I got a little bit older, when I researched more to find more information about I couldn't pinpoint what it was. I knew what happened, but I couldn't explain to my own self, like with words, because I didn't have the language. When you're younger, there's not the language there unless someone else is telling you, oh, that's what it is. But, people in your life don't have that experiences. So you're like kind of on your own. And so, yeah, I had to kind of figure that out, not immediately, but in my life, right? Because, of course, back then we didn't have access to computers like this. You couldn't just Google search something. That just didn't exist. But now it does exist. So for a lot of, younger people who are evolving and growing in consciousness, that they're even more at leverage. They have more access to information at their fingertips, right? And that's pretty cool. I think that's amazing, So when it comes to telepathic communication, I'm gonna go ahead and explain and share with you guys from my own personal experiences what it feels like from my own viewpoint, okay? And that will be how I cover telepathy for tonight's topic, okay? Hi, Save Robbie. Yeah, Sean, let's put Save Robbie's link up there too. We always support awesome content creators. Yay. Okay. So we want to talk about the telepathy and telepathic communication, okay? And I'm going to go fast on these topics so we can go right into the readings. So I'm not going to cover all of telepathy and telepathic communication, but I am going to cover just some high points for this broadcast, okay? And later down the line, I can talk about it more in depth, okay? But given the time we're at, we're going to just kind of run through these, okay, guys? So my experience when it came to a telepathic communication, I remember, let me at least share one of the more profound ones, and then I can share with you some more subtle experiences, okay? But on a more profound, distinct level, I remember being in an experience. It was not a dream, nothing like that. It was beyond out of body. It was a legitimate spiritual experience where I was taken to the spiritual realm, but not just the spiritual realm. I was taken straight to source itself, the divine benevolent realm. And the angels came to grab me and to take me, and I was like, what's going on? I don't think I want to go, because of course it was a weird, experience that, didn't know. I mean, I knew it was happening because I've avoided I don't like to go out of body too often. This is a long time ago, okay, guys? But from that moment, I remember like, oh, I don't really think I should go. But they took me, okay? They took me. Not like aliens, guys, not like that. We do talk aliens on different days. This is not that kind of discussion or topic at all. But they take me. The angels come and they grab you, especially if they have a message for you and they have to, yes, just have experience. So they come, they take you, and but they're, it could be scary, but it shouldn't be scary, but of course, if you're new to it back in the day, like way back in the day, of course it feels a little bit like. So anyways, the point is that when you're there, okay, when you're there, guys, oh my gosh, thank you, Say Robbie. This is from this is that one painting, Starry Night. This is the Starry Night. It's awesome. Thank you. Yeah, Starry Night, Starry Night. I love it. So cute. Okay, so yeah, I love it. I love scarves. I have several scarves, guys. Several scarves. Okay. Okay. So what I was trying to tell you guys was that when I had an experience where I was like taken to the very divine level, where I met with, source, creator itself, like source itself, the angels take you. Again, this is me sharing my experience on the most profound level, and then we'll talk about more like less profound experience when it comes to telepathy and telepathic communication. So when you're there, or when you're in any experience and you're there, or I'm sharing my experience, okay? Everything is happening. So say your friend comes and gets you, and they're like, we have to go here, I'm taking you in the car, let's go. You're like, wait a minute, like, where are we gonna go? I don't have my shoes, I need my purse, or I have other things to do. We had that experience, right? In general, I wish I had Google Hangouts or Zoom so we can talk ghosts. Yeah, Robbie, you can talk ghosts with me. I love those topics. You should know that. And we talked about we would do that, like collaboration together. All you have to do is download Zoom or download Google Hangouts from your phone. That's all I gotta do, Robbie. Yeah, we'll download it. Okay, so you already have it on your phone? Well, if you want to hang out, we can Zoom you in. All right? We can totally Zoom you in. I learned Zoom recently. I learned Zoom and Google Hangouts recently, guys. So yeah, if you're down, I'm gonna just talk about telepathy, the spirit guides, and then I'll Zoom you in if you want. So do you want to or not, Robbie? If you're working on music, I don't want to bother you. Give you a bit? All right, you got it, dude. Okay. So in my experience, when it comes to so I'm there. So your friend comes and picks you up, and you're like, well, wait a minute, where are you taking me? We all have these natural things we would say, right? Or at least think and maybe try to say some of them, but also think of the whole time, right? That's kind of how, how your mind has that process that takes place. Well, in the spiritual realm, you have the same process because your mind is still you, and you're like, where am I going? What's happening? Why are you taking me? And what are we doing, right? Now, when you're there, the spiritual realm is so divine, it's so benevolent, it's so transparent. And the word transparent is key because you cannot evade privacy there. There is no hiding. There is no omitting information. It's like legitimately like you are your mind is naked, I guess. So every thought you have, they're answering you immediately, whoever it is. Someone's answering you right away, okay? And so it's interesting because you can be in this experience and you're asking or you're thinking in your mind while you're in that experience, and then you have everybody answering you. Oh, well, this is what it is, and this is what it is. And they're telling you, well, you're like, wait a minute, I didn't even ask it. I only thought it first, right? Like if you were here in the human world, you would think it before you actually spoke it, usually, sometimes, right? And yeah, so they were reading your mind, reading my mind, but I wouldn't call it reading my mind. But the best and most appropriate way to like put language around what that experience was like for telepathication and telepathy is transparency. So imagine your mind transparent, okay? But if you've never had those encounters, you're like, well, you can't even hide from it because they can read your mind immediately, and they're gonna already be like, so even before you finish the thought in your mind, how we think of here, they are already giving you the answer, and you're like, how is that possible? Like how, right? And so and then even before you even think, so that it gets faster and faster. So even before you begin to even think, they're already giving you the answer. So they can even cut off your thinking, because thinking is still lower dimensional or lower frequency, not in the low frequency. It's still high. But again, when you are with Creator, Source itself, divine, the benevolent realm, I am telling you guys, even thinking is secondary, because there is no thinking like that in that realm. It's complete, like, merging of just consciousness where there's no delay, there's no lag. It would be like, so the minute I even think I have a thought, before I even have the full impression of the thought, they already give me the answer back. And I'm like, wow, that's pretty remarkable. It's pretty incredible. And not only that, so any concerns or worries, or they're covering it before you can even feel the fear or the worries, the doubts, or the questions that come up, the curiosity. They're already, bringing you that. So there's no gap in communication. Oh, my scarf fell, guys. My scarf fell. Hold on. Sorry. So, okay, sorry guys. Okay. So yeah, there's like there's no gap in communication when it comes to the spiritual realm. Well, as it relates to telepathy, okay? Now there is still gap in communication when it comes to just spirit guides. It won't necessarily be as telepathic. It might not be as instantaneous, okay? So again, there's varying degrees of it. And again, I told you I would begin with the most profound experience, sharing with you guys what happened with me, what it felt like, what it looked like, what it was for me, right? Again, that is on the more profound level, but there's also varying degrees of that too. Okay, so you're there and you feel naked, not with your body, but like your mind feels naked, and it feels naked, right? The body didn't even matter, because nobody, I don't know why, I guess I was more concerned about the mind. I was more floored with like, wow, they can really, there's no delay. It's complete transparency. Nothing is hidden, omitted. You can't hide behind nothing. It's just complete transparency, and it's instantaneously at the highest level between you and the Creator itself, between you and Source Divine at the highest level. There's zero delay, and they're actually anticipating your question, and there's no gap, okay? When you have telepathy with other people, there is a delay, like in the human realm, and then if you have like you and like maybe some spirit guides, or there's a lesser delay. But between you and between you and Source itself, oh my God, it's just crazy. So, so speaking of telepathy, I do want to talk about like downloads, because I'm talking about the highest divine level, the instantaneous experience of energy, of connection. So on the lower levels of telepathy, which does not mean negative at all. It just means that there's like highest levels, and there's, tiers and levels of it, okay? And I didn't go on the smaller levels, but I wanted to share that most profound one. Now, when I get downloads, which I would call like impressions, yeah, because I tried to figure out what would be the best way, not like for tonight, just in my own life. I'm like, well, how would I classify what I'm experiencing so fast on the mental plane, but it's more than a mental plane. And the best word I was able to ever come up with for my own self for language would be impressions, downloads. I felt like it was the word download, because sometimes you have access to like your higher self, and your own higher self gives you information, which is a download as well. And sometimes the spirit guides whisper and bring you like clues, and sometimes you feel that those are your ideas and they're not your ideas, but they feel like they're yours, and that's okay because they want you to still have the idea. And then so there's different levels of downloads, of course, but again, referring to that instantaneous impression and transparency, like it was immediate and it was even anticipated. Same thing when it comes to like downloads. When I'm getting downloads, it's so instantaneous that so again, this is my experience on the most highest profound level, and not everyone might relate to it, because again, unless you're very evolved on the conscious plane energetically and everything else, it may not come this way. But I do feel it's okay to share with you guys what my own experience is like, all the time. So if I get a download for me, now it did not begin this way, this fast. It accelerated and became more like quick. It was still always quick, and I think very fast. So they had to like mimic and match my wavelength, which is great because they operate really fast. But I understood it and I got it. And so, which is great because when you can connect with who you are at the highest level and consciousness itself, and you have the divine realm source and you have the spirit guides, and you're all in tune with yourself, it's like magic. Like they give your brain an upgrade. It feels like an upgrade, but really it's just you tapping into higher frequencies. That's what it is. Okay. So, so downloads. Now there's levels and there's varying levels of downloads. Okay. Again, I'm going to tell you about the most highest profound level of downloads, and then I can walk this down lesser intense downloads. They're all important though. Okay. But I just think that sometimes it's really nice to hear about someone who is like very evolved conscious, like myself, tapped into like the energetics. What does that look like for that person? And so that's why I'm sharing with it, for you guys. Okay. So, yes. So when I'm getting downloads for me, it's like an impression. So it began as downloads because I'm like, oh, I'm getting more insight. And it was still super, super, super fast, guys, super fast. But like, so then I was like, well, how could it possibly get any faster? Because it was already fast. Like I didn't think there was possible. It's always possible. And I think very high level fast. So they continue to it felt like upgrade my mind, but no, it wasn't really being upgraded. It was just that I was connecting, and I was raising my vibration and raising my consciousness so I could handle what's coming in at the pace that was appropriate. And I was fast to be able to take it all in. Okay. So here we go. Okay. So then, now, when I got downloads, they were fast. Now I had to find a new word. I'm like, well, what? A download to me still takes a little bit of time to get to me, like all of the information. An impression is like, okay, so imagine you are just yourself and they want to share, let's just say somebody wants to tell you their whole trip to Cancun, okay? Or they want to tell you what their wedding was like. Okay, you imagine that information is going to take some time. They have to, number one, say what's happening, and they have to tell you the whole storyline, right? So no matter what's happening, you have to hear the whole. You have to hear that whole story. It takes time, right? So what I'm telling you guys is and the downloads were really fast. They were not like that, but I'm giving you guys a conceptual idea of what it would be like. So impressions. I went from downloads to impressions. So impressions are they give you an impression. It's like a compressed movie instantaneously, and you can feel all the emotions. You know what to think about it. You know how it begins and how it ends, all in an impression like this. Okay, guys? That to me was so remarkable because I was like, how do they do this? Or, of course, I was like, how do I do this too? Because I was tapping in, because I have to be equally receiving at the high vibration to get their message. So it's not like, oh, they're just going to give me because I'm so special. No, it doesn't work that way. You can have all the gifts, but if you're not in the receiving mode, they can't help you, right? So that's important to acknowledge, because people who are possibly gifted or who are spiritually evolved doesn't mean they're at the capacity, at the wavelength, at the frequency to always be ready to receive and receive and receive, because that in itself is a process that does take evolving in time and practice and dedication and effort. And not like efforting, but it's more like learning more about yourself at the core level and being receptive, okay? So that's how this works, okay, guys? Yes, so impressions are like somebody telling you the whole movie in an instant. It's actually faster than an instant. It's actually so much faster than an instant. Like, so they snap, that takes too long. It's like a millisecond of a snap is you get the whole storyline, emotions, thoughts, feelings, and it's like faster than a snap, and you get the whole thing. And you're like, damn, how is that possible, right? But and then, for a while, it's like, well, how? They're just giving me information. And that is true, they are giving me, but I have to be at the receptive mode, I have to meet the frequency, I have to meet the wavelength, I have to meet the vibration. If I'm not there, then I cannot receive at that level. That makes sense, okay? So I wanted to at least talk about telepathy in that manner, and talk about how the downloads and the impressions can also be not identical. They're different, guys. They're different. They're not the same, but they were relative in topic. And I thought it was good to kind of share from the highest level, the most profound level, what that experience is like for someone like myself. Okay. So I totally hope that was interesting to people, all of you guys. I don't know. I thought it'd be really cool to share that. And yeah, let me know what y'all think right there. Whew. Oh, okay. For that. Okay. We can talk about that, Sweet Savage, a different day, just because I want to be respectful of the topics that I am going to be having a discussion about today. But we do talk about how to raise your vibration just in the course of our dialogues. I think that can the chat help me out? Can the chat help me out and also give Sweet Savage, first let's welcome her. We've never had her here. We're a very welcoming and beautiful community. We're a very safe place for people to ask any question. There's no incompetent questions here, guys. There's nothing like that, okay? We are great people, a group of people collectively, and the goal is to help everyone evolve. And if this is your first live stream, then I understand, but all of the live streams, just in general, are a full dialogue and discussion of just the spiritual realm in many capacities, right? Because, it would be impossible for me to cover one topic, two topics, like in just one live stream. It's like a journey, all right? And so I would recommend that you do check out previous live streams based on the topic of the title, because that would be a good way to at least zone into live streams that are of topics and titles that interest you, because we cover so many things all the time, and it's so much in a good way. I'm happy that it's a lot of information, because I'm a very detailed person, and I'm very forthcoming with all that I know. I don't hold back. And I want you guys to have access to all that I know, because that is how it's supposed to be, right? It's not supposed to be where somebody who has different information or insight or perspective or wisdom or spiritual gifts or psychic gifts or whatever it may be, or even like subscribers or friends or connections, again, or business contacts or money or love or abundance or prosperity. So the gamut is still the same goal, right? Having different things. So when you have a lot of wealth, it's your responsibility to share that wealth in your own capacity, right? If you have an abundance of this or that, it is your responsibility to share that, again, as you see fit. And so, yeah, if I have different abilities or additional abilities, or if I have an abundance of insight or perspective or spiritual and psychic abilities, I feel it's like my obligation, it's my contribution to humanity to bring it forth as much as I can, as deep as I can, as conceptually as I can. And yeah, so I don't hold back. I'm very detailed. I try to cover all that we can. And I try to keep it like in categories. That way we have a focus for the discussion, and that we keep ourselves with some structure. If I did not do these streams with no structure, I would be all over the board, and then we would never get anything done effectively. And I want to bring you guys value. And so I hope from the bottom of my heart that you do, everyone out there appreciates the kind of structure I try to bring with the categories and the topics. That way, you know, you're getting some additional value, insight, depth of perception. You're getting what I can give you on that given topic. And it doesn't even mean that's all of it yet. You know, we'll have to go along the journey. I'll help you guys. I'll bring you more and more and more. Because, you know, even the topic of self-love is so big. I want to cover more things on that topic, but I was like, I don't want to bore everybody and drown them out. Let's just cover a different topic. I'll come back to one later. There's so much to cover. And we have, the good thing is we're not pressed for time when it comes to the whole timeline experience. We will cover it all. We will. And I'm going to help us get there effectively so that we can all learn along the process too, okay? Okay. Can you just repeat the question then? Because I don't know. Can you just repeat the question for me? That way I can't look for it again. If you don't mind. You're saying that it was in reference to what I was speaking about when your mind was transparent. If you could just repeat the question for me, it'd be helpful. That way, I like to operate really fast. And then I'm going to move right into spirit guides, and then Pluto will talk, okay? All right. In the meantime, I'm gonna get my Sprite refill, okay, guys? I'm gonna get my Sprite refill. All right. While we wait for this question, okay? Guys, help me out. All right. Ice flying everywhere. All right. I'm back to my actual 2-liter Sprite. So I have no more cans, because the cans would get uncarbonated for me, flat. So I got my 2 liters. Hey! All right, guys. All right. Okay. You're good. You're good. All right. All right. Okay, guys. Did we get her question detailed, or did we not get it, guys? I need you guys to help me, okay? Oh, let me see. Maybe we did. Maybe we did, guys. Sorry. See, did you have to grow to that level of consciousness? No, I had to absolutely grow from that. And I'm still growing every day. Yes. consciousness is a little bit different. It's a little bit separate and apart from your spiritual gifts. So even though spiritual gifts require developing, they do. So if that makes sense for your question, okay? And I will be covering, guys, I will be covering in a different live stream or different video, varying levels of spiritual abilities and spiritual gifts. I will be doing that separately, not tonight, guys. And I will be covering some different things that I think are important to know about when it comes to just like developing and evolving. But to answer your question, no, consciousness, it's related, but it's not the same thing. And so whether you were asking me if were my spiritual and psychic gifts, were they this full force from the very beginning, I would say it wavered because, well, so the spiritual gifts wavered, but I still feel you. So imagine like a chart, right? Imagine like a chart. So even in anything in life, the chart will go like this, usually if you're growing, but even if you would like to go into each section, it'll still have up and down, but the bigger picture looks up, guys. You got that visually? Okay. I'm a graph kind of person too, guys. Yes, say Robbie, you're good. You're listening while you're at it. You're totally good. You're totally good. Okay. Okay. So yes, Sweet Savage. Yes. So just like with your spiritual gifts and your abilities, as you tap in, as you tune in, as you practice, and as you evolve them, it's similar to like your consciousness, because we're always growing in consciousness as well, for sure. But it does not mean just because you grow in consciousness that you grow spiritually and like with your gifts, and vice versa, same thing. Now, usually, because people could have these gifts and not know how to use them properly, or use them for the wrong purposes, or just not respect the process. And that would be a good indicator they're not consciously evolved. They should grow somewhat in tandem, not exactly, but they should be in some kind of tandem, right? If you have the spiritual gifts. But let's just say you don't have those spiritual gifts that deep, but you are consciously evolved. That's okay too, because that's very common, okay? So, either way, you are born with information. If you have, when you're born, you know, you either have more dominant and prominent elements that come through. But again, just because you have them, and if you suppress them, or if you're not, if no one in your family helps you identify what it is, they don't really go away, but they just get kind of like shoved behind in other areas of your life. They'll still be there, right? But again, they all require development and nourishment. That's my best way to explain it, okay? Okay. No, Nicolina, I'm not done yet. I'm not done yet. I'm sorry if it bothers you. I'm not done yet. But I'll let you know when we're done. Topics. I will let you know then. You're welcome to stay or not. You don't have to. But all right. Oh, am I still here, guys? Yeah, I am. Okay. Next, okay. Spirit guides, okay. I told you I'm running through this as fast as I can. So when it comes to spirit guides, we all have a set amount of spirit guides. There's no number that's going to tell you how many you have. And I feel like the number is really irrelevant. Again, I'm going to go into the highest level of information, and that's going to be that, okay? So it really doesn't matter how many you have. I think what's most important is that each and every one of us has spirit guides. And not only do we have spirit guides, we have certain type of guides that are purposely placed in our life at certain phases of our life to help us with certain aspects. So just like we have like teachers and coaches and mentors. So say you're playing a sport, you might have a sports coach, right? That sports coach is going to be the expert in sports because that's their, expertise. If you're a business person and you're looking for business help or advice, you might get a business consultant or something, right? Again, these are conceptual analogies. That's not how it works, but I like to take things on the highest level and bring it to you guys in the most practical terms, because that is how we can best relate and understand what it looks like on the spiritual, etherical realm. Of course, there's no labels like that there, but that is the best way for me to give you analogies of what it is happening, okay? So If we have a sports coach, a business advisor, or a business expertise or counselor, no, a business mentor, I don't know. So you have a personal development mentor. Let's just say you happen to need like a therapist in life, right? Or a psychologist. You wouldn't just see anybody, you'd see a specialist for that, right? Okay, so the point, and if you're in school, you have teachers, right? And certain teachers have different subjects, okay? Right? If somebody is really good at math, isn't going to teach you English, right? They're going to teach you math because that is their area of expertise. So conceptually, guys, that's how the spirit guides work. Now, we have a set of guides as a group, right, that are with us our whole life. We have at least one, at the minimum, at least one that's with us throughout the entire life experience to cover and be that main guide. But just because it's the main guide does not mean they're going to be the most loudest one. But if they are the overseer of your whole experience, and they jump in when they need to, okay? So just because you have some main guides doesn't mean those main guides are the ones you're always hearing from, because that's how it works. I thought that at one point, but no. Unless you are calling upon that guide for a reason, it's different. But when it comes to spiritual guides, you have like maybe one or two main guides. Usually it's just one, maybe two, depending on what's happening and what's going on, who are with you at the time of your entire life, from birth to death, okay? And now along with that, you have a team. It's a team, right? You have like the sports coach, the business consultant. You have a therapist. I don't know. You've got a health advisor. Again, guys, this is just analogies. It's not how it works, but they play different roles for you. And they also play different roles. Let's just say when you're like 20 and you're looking to work on your emotional well-being, you have a certain coach or guide for that appropriate age range. And then let's just say you're 40 now, and you're having to come into terms with your emotional and self-love and all that stuff. A different guide, because you're at a different place in your life, right? That same guide isn't that same guide for you then. When you're 20, they're a different guide. So again, guys, the spiritual realm is a team of guides that are assigned to each soul, right? And that team of guides operate with you throughout your whole life. And sometimes you have one guy that's more dominant, and then this guy's more dominant. And they, again, it's all set up to support you in the most best position for you to evolve and develop, okay? And not only that, a little bit more on the guides. When you have spiritual guides, they're also helping a bunch of other people as well. So they're not just only your guide, they're other people's guides too, okay? So I don't say that to make you feel that they're only for you. They have a lot of people that they're also working with. It does not mean they're not there. They're always there. When you're in crisis, they always show up, okay? So you don't have to call, they're always going to show up in crisis. You can learn to, tap in and tune into the guides that you probably need. And maybe you don't have to have a name for them, because I don't have names for my guides. I just don't. And I don't even call them male or female, because in the spiritual realm, there is no gender. They still have masculine and feminine traits and qualities, but there's no gender like that, how we have it here. There's no real face. There's no gender. At least I've not seen them with any gender or any face. They all look pretty the same, but you can tell they're different and unique because they have different traits and elements. And I would say the best thing I can remember, the personality would have some masculine traits, some feminine traits, but there's still no gender though, right? Like I can be a female and I can have traits like this and that. Does it mean what I am? No, it just means I have these traits, right? That's it. So when it comes to the spirit guides, guys, I'll have a team of guides who are working with us for their whole life. Some play more active roles at different parts of our life, because that's how we're evolving. And those guides are also helping other guides as well. So I hope that at least that brought you guys some further and deeper insight, okay, into how it works in the spiritual realm as it relates to our guides, okay? Do you guys have any questions about that piece? Okay. And then I'll move into Pluto talk, and then we'll go to the readings, okay? So let me just go to the potty real fast. I will be super fast. I told you guys I was going through it fast. Woo. I'm not gonna lie about that, all right? Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, guys. Here we go. Thank you guys for being so nicely patient for me. It means so much to me, guys. You guys are so awesome. I've been going as fast as I can, right? I really am, to give you guys the best that I can and keep it concise. I think I'm really rolling through it, guys, fast. So, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And I'm going to roll through Pluto, and then we'll do the readings, okay? All right. So here's the plan, guys. Here's the plan. All right. So here's the plan. Number one, somebody let me know if Save Robbie comes back. Let me know because he wanted to join in the live stream. I know he's doing some kind of like editing. So someone let me know if he does show up or type my name. That way I don't miss it. And then if we can do a roll call for the readings, let's get that started. Because I'm going to just cover Pluto. We're going to just roll right to the readings, okay, guys? So that's the plan. I'm going super fast. Hopefully, you guys are keeping up with me. If not, you can always watch the replay. We covered a lot of information just so far. And yeah, so I'm going to cover Pluto, the topic of Pluto, what's happening right now as a planetary position for Pluto, and how it could be affecting all of us in our lives. It won't take too long, and then we'll go to the readings. So let's do a roll call for the readings. And then number two, if we do see Save Robbie, let me know, and we can have him call in through Zoom. I think he said Zoom, right? So that's the plan. Yay! All right. So that is the plan. Yay! Okay. Oh, hold on. All right. So here we go. Yeah, and Timothy, I think that he's here. I think he's editing something. And he said that he was going to call him through Zoom once he finishes his editing piece. So let's let him do that. So I'm going to pretty much cover the last and final topic, which is Pluto. And guys, if you are just joining us, I highly, highly recommend that you do watch the replay because we covered a lot fast. I was super concise to the point. You don't want to miss out on what I covered already when it comes to telepathy, telepathic communications, your spirit guides, what they look like, what's happening, how many you have, what that experience encompasses. You have a whole team supporting you, all right? And now we're going to have the discussion of Pluto, and then we're going to roll into the readings, okay? So here was the last piece for our topic, and then hopefully by then we'll do our readings. I think we have a list of Angie, Nicolina, AP, Hugo, Claudia, D. And I think that that's the list. So we'll do a roll call. We'll see who's here. And then we can see if Robbie wants to join in. All right. So like I said, I'm covering Pluto, and then we're going to roll the readings. And I know I'm speaking fast, so I do hope you guys are hanging in there with me, okay? I'm a fast speaker naturally. I'm from up north, okay? And if you guys think I'm speaking this fast, guys, my mind goes probably a gazillion times faster. All right. So now Pluto. When it comes to Pluto right now, guys, here is what's happening planetary energetically, okay? Right now, a lot of people are experiencing Pluto in their life in some capacity. Again, I'm going to keep this concise, which means I'm going to get straight to the point that needs to be spoken about Pluto for all of us as a collective energy. So Pluto will ruffle some feathers. Pluto, when it comes into your life or when it comes into the planetary position, and it's right now, it's present right now, okay? Pluto is going to be the force of nature that's going to make you confront things you don't want to confront, right? So we all know families, friends, experiences, how we kind of like, what is it called? Like brush things, sweep it under the rug, right? We all have family friends, guys, who have always like, they don't want to address the problem. What they're going to do is just let's sweep under the rug, right? So we can all relate to some capacity of that happening, whether it's in our family's life or other people's and friends and loved ones that we've experienced, right? So that's gone down. We can all relate to that. Pluto pulls that rug up and throws the rug out, and there's nothing to hide what's there, okay? So when Pluto comes around in the planetary positions, right, which is where it's at for now, and that's why we're being affected by Pluto's energies. Pluto pulled the rug, and now you've got to deal with whatever's there, okay? And it can be uncomfortable because it could be things that you have suppressed for so long, right? It could be things that you don't want to face. It could be things like, okay, well, I'll deal with this and that, but I don't want to deal with that. Well, that's too bad because Pluto makes you deal with it all, or at least it makes you confront it all. Now, let's just say you still don't want to deal with what you have to deal with. It will come back later. So it does force you to face all of the positions of your life that you have swept under the rug, though, okay? So either way, Pluto still reveals it to yourself. Whether you deal with it properly and effectively is your choice. It's your karmic choice and it's your life choice, right? Your personal livelihood's choice. Either way, it will surface things that need to be surfaced, right? And that's a good thing. People think about it like a bad thing because like, oh my God, the rug is gone. Do you not know that when that rug is gone and you actually start to clean the dust, you actually feel better, you actually grow, and you're like, you know what, that rug was there forever, and we don't even need that rug anymore because you have new furniture, right, new things, and that rug doesn't even actually match anymore, right? It's a conceptual analogy, guys, all right? It's a conceptual analogy, and I like to bring you guys conceptual analogies because if I only talk in the high level form, then it might either be over your head or it might just not resonate at the deepest level, and I want you guys to get the picture of what's happening planetarily and energetically. So Pluto comes and people think that Pluto's like, oh, don't come for me, Pluto, please leave me. It forces things to be surfaced. It forces us to face emotions that we don't want to face. It forces us to face conflict that we have avoided for a long time. It forces us to face a lot of things, habits, traits, qualities, people, positions, experiences. It forces us to face it all at the same fucking time. I don't want to swear, but it forces us to face it all. So Pluto's not going to have that like compassionate touch because that's not how Pluto operates. Pluto is the tough love. I'm a Scorpio and I have a lot of Pluto in my chart. So Pluto's like the tough love. Pluto's like, look, I love you and I know it's going to be painful, but you have no idea how much you will thank me after you're done with it, all right? So let's get the show on the road, all right? And some people don't like that because they do need to be handheld, nurtured, and positioned and softly catered to the whole process. And that's great. But see, when Pluto comes, Pluto's not going to do that. Pluto has an agenda. Pluto it's a force of nature. Pluto's not going to do all that catering. Pluto has when you have to get to the root core of things that have been deeply waiting for your attention, there is no more time to handhold and be so compassionate. So Pluto sometimes feels like, who are you? Leave me alone. Why do you have to come and like present yourself, right? Or you know what? And so naturally human beings will say, oh, I just don't want any Pluto in my life. Just get away. Because we want to suppress, we want to avoid, we want to walk away. We don't want to deal with hands on face what's really happening. But so when Pluto comes, it's a great thing because Pluto comes, it transforms your life and you're left in a better position if you do the work, okay? So Pluto will make you feel uncomfortable. not to hurt you, but to reveal parts of you that you've long ago hidden, that you forgot existed. It's like the hoarder who's like hoarding all kinds of things, and they're like, oh, I have what? I have this. Oh, I don't have that. Yes, you freaking do. You have all these things here. You haven't addressed them. You got that, and that. And Pluto's like, let's get them all on the surface. And Pluto's like, all of them on the surface. They're not, Pluto doesn't play. Pluto's not gonna be like, okay, let's do one by one by one. No, you had all your life to do one by one by one. Pluto says, put them on the table, open your cards, lay them out, and let's get down to business. That's Pluto. So a lot of people they feel resistant to that kind of tough love. Some people don't like that feeling. They feel uncomfortable, and I understand why. But the truth is, Pluto is as a healer. Pluto is a transformer. Pluto transmute energy. Pluto is like a revelation. It's revolution. It's revelation. It's transformational. It's transcendental. It's metaphysical. It's all encompassing. So never avoid Pluto. Face it and Pluto is actually better than Saturn, because Saturn makes you face your karmic debts. All right. So if you want to look at what could be worse than Pluto, Saturn would be harder to deal with, because Saturn makes you deal with lessons, where Pluto's like, let's get through it. Let's get through it. It'll be difficult, but let's get through it. Saturn, which is I think harder to deal with, is you got to pay karmic debt. And that doesn't feel good in any capacity. All right. So Pluto's not bad, but it feels like people give it a bad name because it's tough love. It ruffles your experience. You could be running smoothly. Pluto comes and you're like, wait a minute, things are running smoothly. Why do you gotta come, mess this up, F this up? Why? Well, because there's some things, and if you don't know that your car doesn't have the right nut bolts tied or tightened on your wheels and your rims and your hubcaps or whatever they're called, then if you don't face that now, your car will fall apart and you could be in an accident. Okay, so Pluto's like, we got to get to it, guys. Got to get to it, right? So that is Pluto. That is my discussion for Pluto. I hope it made sense to people out there. All right. Let me know if you have any questions about any of the topics we had, especially Pluto. And we'll move on to the readings. And that will be that, guys. I think I'm doing excellent on time. I think so. So, yeah. Okay, hold on. All right. Hold on, guys. Hold on. So roll call is called. All right. Wonderful. So. Okay. Does anybody have any questions about the topics that we covered tonight? We just covered Pluto. So does anybody can anybody relate to feeling like that in their life right now? Maybe. Can anybody relate to feeling those emotions coming to surface for them right now in their life? Right. I'm just curious about what the chat has to say. That's that, guys. We're good. Okay. On to the readings. All right, let's see what we got here. Okay. So Sean says, yes, he feels that Pluto has affected him the last few months. It has been here for a while. And it's been here for a while. Yep. Hi, Queen. Hi, Denise. Hi, Heather Thompson. Hugo, Angie, Sweet Savage, well done, Noma. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. All right. So I think we're good. All right, so that's that. So, yay. Okay, here we go. All right, moving this down one step. That way we can see what we got going on here. All right. All right. Hold on, guys. Ooh. Bear with me. Oh. Okay, something's falling on my room. Hold on. What is that? Oh, okay, that's fine. Okay. Okie dokie, guys. Done. Right. Sorry about the movement of the camera. I just want to make sure that this is set up and I got my charger in the laptop here. Running smoothly for us, okay? And all right. Let's make sure this works for us. Okay. All right. Looking good. Looking good. All right, guys. So all we have is Angie, Nicolina, AP, Hugo, and Queen. All right. All right. You're good. All right. This. Oh, that's good. Wait, I don't want to make sure I can hear myself or no? I think I'm good. Can I hear myself or no? I think we're good. Okay, perfect. Okay. Okay. Did you guys like the discussions and topic for that we covered? I know we covered them really fast. I know we did that, but did you guys at least enjoy them? Did you find some value and insight with them before we get to the readings? I'm preparing myself for the reading, so just having some quick talk with you guys. All right. I hope so. I hope so, but you know. Yay, Jenny T, my soul sister. I hope Johnny had a good birthday. I know he celebrated it like last like at midnight or after the hours. So I hope that he is having a great day. Johnny T, Johnny T. Johnny T. Here we go. Very good. All right, guys, let's get this show on a roll again. I think this has got to be the fastest I've covered 3 topics in one night ever. So, I think that what we'll do is let's get through the people who are on this first list, and then depending on what time it is, we'll decide, okay? So let's not take anyone for the list. Let's just keep it as is, and then If we get through them really quickly, then we can open up again. But if we don't get through them fast, then we'll leave it closed. Okay? Okay. Here we go. All right, who is first? Okay. All right, Angie White, you're first. Would you like a general reading, Angie White? All right. Angie's asking here. My ex-boyfriend is back to my life, or he had already another person. He is Virgo, me, Leo. Okay. Yeah, and once we get to the people, we'll see who's still here. That way we can see if they're going to still make it through the end. Because sometimes I know we keep a long list, and then people, they just can't hang in the whole time, which I respect. It's hard for people to stay in it the whole length. So but I'm willing to when we get through this first list, we'll see who's still awake and participating. Mm-hmm. Okay. So Angie would like to know, her ex-boyfriend is back in my life, or had he already gone to the person? Are you asking if he's going to come back in your life, or he already is? Well, okay, I'm going to assume that you're asking is he going to come back in your life, or is he going to come back, or is he with somebody else? Yeah, that's what I'm going to assume it is, okay? And I can only help you guys with the way you position your question. And I know sometimes I ask for a lot of clarity, but I have to stop that because then I'm spend too much time on asking about the question. I don't get the answer. So I'm going to have to just interpret it as is and roll with it. The better your question is, the better your answer will be. But I know sometimes I spend so much time trying to get them to help put the best question together, but that's not my responsibility to push the question together. My responsibility is to answer them for you guys and meet you at the wavelength you're at. Okay. Is he gonna get back? Is he gonna go back with you, or I guess you want him to come back with you? I'm assuming. Okay. All right. All right, let's find out. Angie White. Let's see. Angie White. She wants to know if the ex-boyfriend's going to come back or not. She's a Leo. He's a Virgo. Okay, let's see. Is he going to come back? Okay, let's see if I can get a little bit clarity there with that. Let's see what I can get for us there. Okay. Let's see what we can get. Okay, that makes sense to me. That makes sense now. All right, let's see here. Anything else on that? I think I got the answer, but let's see if there's anything else they would like to say about it. Okay, I need a little bit more clarity because that doesn't really help me. confirm something. So can I get additional confirmation on it? Let's see what we have here. Okay, so hi Jennifer B. Hi. Okay, so here's what I think, Angie White. Okay, you're asking about, is he going to come back into your life, right? You're the Leo, he's the Virgo, right? Okay, so we have the Leo sun coming through for you, which is your own energy already coming through, which is a great indicator. Okay. We do have the progress card and the culmination card, okay? And all that means here is that there is progress and culmination. Like, so culmination to me means like, you know, it's coming together. And there's progress. Now, I was looking for confirmation and they gave it to me, okay? They did. So they did say to me that we've got positive outcome, okay? You do have doubt and fear, which could limit you and which could hold the process in delay. So remove the fear and doubt, and if it's meant to be together, it's going to come together, because the energies do show that it does have the ability to progress forward and to culminate for you with that person. Okay. All right, let's see who's next. We got who? Nicolina. What is Nicolina's question? And then Angie, let us know if that resonates with you too, okay? Let me know, because we really care. You know, if this makes sense, if what's coming through resonates with you. Does it resonate with you though, Angie? Can you let us know, please? Okay. And we've got Nicolina, and her question is, what changes are coming up when it comes to my physical appearance? I'm mysterious. All right. Got it. All right, let's see. All right. Oops, sorry. Hi, making lemonade. Hello, lovely lady. Happy Mother's Day to you too. We'll see you next time, girl, okay? Nicolina. Okay. Okay. Got it. Didn't I just, are these fine? You sure? Yeah, I got those, okay. Yeah, let's see what we got here. I'm excited. All right. Okie dokies, guys. Here we go. Mm. Okay. So let me just crack my back first. Okay. Here we go. Oh my thumb. All right. Here's what's coming through for you. Okay. Okay. Hi, the Briones family. Hello. Thanks for stopping in again and showing us some love. Thank you so much. Okay. 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 All right, here we go. So here's where we're at, okay? Oopsies. Am I there? Hold on. Okay. So Nicolina. Okay, so you're asking about your physical appearance, and I do have some information about that. But first and foremost, what I am gathering, what I am getting privy information to is, um, first and foremost, I do feel that you are coming out of like maybe a depression or depressive state. Okay, emotionally. And you're growing, and I feel like it's also the growth and the change, the physical change I see is really internally. Majoritively I do see internally first, before the external piece comes together. Okay. I see that you are growing. You're growing your confidence, you're growing your boldness. You are also growing like your intuitive state. You are like that sixth sense, that expansiveness. When it comes to your physical body, I am seeing like more flexibility. So maybe it's like stretching, yoga. I don't know, but they're not giving me much more beyond physicality than just you're making better choices with your physical routine or like your flexibility. But I don't see more than that when it comes to that. Okay. I am also seeing that you are focused on at this point in your life, or they're trying to help you focus more on like your creativity, your self-expression, your passions, your desires, and the mental realm. So that is your reading, okay? Let me know if it resonates too, okay? And then let's see who's next. Let's see. See, no list. Okay. AP, are you here? And then Hugo, and then Queen. So let's place your questions. AP. Okay. AP and then Hugo, if you're here. AP and Hugo, place your questions, and then Queen, hold off for a minute, okay? General for AP. Great. And then Hugo, if you're still here, place your question, please, so we can get to you. And then we can see if we want to do more questions. We'll do it. We'll determine it together, okay? So we're at AP, and he like a AP like a general. Advise. Oh, AP. AP, like a general reading. Oh, that's wow. Wow. Okay. So AP, here's coming through for your reading, okay? I've got the root card, which is the foundation card, which comes to deal with like your house, your routine, your daily structure, okay? I've also got the Leo card here, which comes to do with your power, proclaiming your will, your life force, okay? And I've also got the Mercury card, which is the mind card. So I'm believing that you are in the process of really rebuilding your routine, your home life, your family structure. And even if you don't have a family, it still relates to like the home, the house life, right? Like your domain of some kind, right? So you're where you're at, whether you have a room or a home, whatever you have. I do feel that is the element coming to place, and I also do feel that you're trying to really take charge of your mindset, okay? That's what I'm feeling for you. So let me know if that does resonate. Please let us all know if it resonates, okay? And then Hugo. Hugo would like to know, I want to know if you still feel reconciliation with me, with the Gemini girl that I like, or has something changed? Is communication arriving soon, or should I just move on? I'm a Leo. All right. It resonates? Good, AP. I'm happy it does, okay? Okay. Let me just get some clarity here, all right? No, Queen, go ahead and place your question because you're next. I'm just finishing up. I'm on Hugo right now, and I'm giving him his reading, but I was about to ask you for your question, so go ahead and place your question there, okay? All right. So Hugo is asking if he needs to move on. He's Leo. This person is a Gemini. Let's see what's going on, what's going down. Hold on. Let's see what we got here to work with. Okay. Oh, that's interesting here. All right, well. Let me get some more clarity. Okay. Some clarity. And hi, Jennifer B. Hello. Thanks for hanging out with us, helping out and being with us. Thank you, my lady. Thank you. All right. So here I keep saying this. Okay. Okay. So you're welcome, Nicolina. Okay. All right. Let me see what's going on with this. Okay. All right. Well, what I'm gathering for you, Hugo, is there was some kind of like disconnect between you and the person. Let me explain why. So on one side of the cards, or one side of the situation, I've got, harmony, acceptance, and nurturing, right? See, on the other side, though, I've got confusion and withdrawal. Okay. When I ask about what that could be, why it might be like that, I feel that the person's like, not giving you the right signals, that when they are with you or they are communicating, they're almost like using you to escape from their own things. So I don't feel, that doesn't feel good to me. You know what I'm saying? That's what comes through. And then we are on. And let me know, Hugo, if that resonates, okay? We are on Queen. And Queen is asking Anika, and she wants to know if Michelle is stalking her on social media, especially Instagram. And second question is the user Shakstina that stalks me, okay, the username that, stalks me, operated by Michelle. I'm a Leo, he is Virgo. Okay, let's find out. Right, no, I get it, Hugo, that you're not, I get that you're not in communication, but what I'm saying is that the information resonate though. So I have one person who's wanting nurturing and harmony, other person's withdrawing. So by no means did I say you're in communication. Hear me out clearly, okay? I didn't say you were in communication, but I'm asking if it resonates with you, the two elements, okay? Oh my gosh, I hate when that happens to my desk. All right. Had to lower that. It was too cold for me there. Okay. All right. And we've got Queen, and she wants to know if the ex-boyfriend Michelle is stalking her, and if that username he's using is that him. Okay. Let's find out. All right. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. So we've got communication, right? When it comes to social media, email, messaging, phone call, text messaging, all social media is in that same umbrella. And we have the Virgo analyze. So yes, there is he is on some kind of analyzing or investigation of some kind. Yes, he is. I felt like it's him. I felt like it was him. It feels like it is. Uh-oh. Okay. Ooh. All right, guys. So then here's the plan, okay? Here's the plan, okay, guys? What we're gonna do is, wait, how do I do that? Hold on, how do I do that? How do I do that? Oh yeah, I know how. Okay. All right, guys. So here's the plan. I'm gonna end this broadcast because we're gonna have Robbie call in through Zoom. But I do have to have a new stream because I'm not on Zoom right now. I'm not on Zoom. I'm just like on the computer here. So what we're gonna do is end this one, and then if you would like to hear about some spiritual experiences and some more other things, guys, then tune right back in, okay? So you guys can join us. It'll be me and Robbie, or Save Robbie, okay? So guys, this stream is gonna close. We can have Save Robbie join us on the Zoom platform, okay? So stay tuned. We're not leaving far away, guys. All right, guys. We're gonna get right back into that, and if you guys still want some more reading after that, we'll do that, okay? So hang tight, okay?